Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have some very interesting stuff here, starting off with a warm North Pole. That's right, it may sound quite surprising and shocking, but guys, this could be actually possible. So looking at the memoirs and critical observations from an article which was published in 1767 in Edinburgh, Scotland, okay, we have the Caledonian Mercury, Edinburgh, which said something quite shocking. It says the following. You observe in the article that by the English, by having attached themselves to the discovery of a northwest passage, have drawn the attention of the public that way, but to little purpose. In proof of the northeast passage, he advances that what the Russians call the frozen sea is only with property so-called nearest to the coast, and the mouths of rivers in fresh water of which easily congeals, but that further out at sea towards the North Pole the sea is open and is far from being frozen, that contrary to the common opinion, it is much warmer under the pole, okay, than farther from it and nearer to the continent. This he confirms by a variety of concurrent proofs. Moxon informs us that he had sailed very near the pole and that it was as warm as Amsterdam. Guldens, who says he made 30 voyages to the north, says in the 89th degree he found an open sea without ice and as deep as the Bay of Biscay. The mariners of Dutch vessel in 1675 related the same. Others affirm that the pitch of the ships melted with the warmth of the air in the central North Pole. The accounts of Greenland agree that the northern parts of it are more fertile than the southern, and the former accessible when the latter are not. Now here's a map of Mercator. You guys know this guy, some of you quite a lot. This ancient map from the 16th century actually shows the North Pole and the rivers connected to the central mountain Meru, which is effectively the Black Mountain, which could contain some particular civilization there or something, but nonetheless it is very weird. This place is extremely suspicious, and this map, by the way, after this was censored in future iterations, and right now in Google Maps actually these particular lands were completely removed, erased, okay, because they don't want the people to know that in the North Pole there's potentially land and maybe even a way of life, as in the green civilization, who knows what, guys. It is absolutely amazing and also shocking. But yes, the North Pole could be warmer than what we are told. Moving on from the North Pole, we go into UK, and this was recently discovered when they were cutting trees in a region in UK, and it just shows an obelisk which is literally encrusted into a mountain, okay. Now this is a classic cultural layer, effectively an old monolith which nobody knows in the region. They have no idea and nobody has no clue why this is even there. So this monolith was there a long time ago, and it was then effectively mudflat surrounded, I don't know, but effectively it was there and it was completely surrounded and covered by wood. So why would this be in the middle of a forest? Why would this be there abandoned? This doesn't make any sense, does it? Unless the people who put this there disappeared and the current civilization which lives in UK has no idea about this particular monolith. Guys, the world is extremely mysterious. Now I want you to look at this particular video because it's very shocking. Here we see an artifact which is basically flying, alright, over here in the sky, and it has a kind of like a rectangle or square shape. Very interesting. Like you can see here, it's just flying by, and you can see that it's not a piece of plastic. It's actually an object which is actually traveling at a very high speed, which is very bizarre, isn't it? Now this, guys, is one clear example of that we have so many things which are hidden and so many interesting incidents in the sky which is not explainable, and this is one of them. This could be a drone, could be a military device, or it could be a UFO, an unidentified foreign object. No idea, guys, but this is just absolutely shocking and amazing, isn't it? Just crazy. And to end this video, I really wanted to show you guys something which is just mind-blowing. Seriously, this is a map of Africa. This is from the 16th century, this map, right? 16 or 17, I'm not sure. I believe it was a 16, end of 16th century. And on this one here, we see that they are effectively what? They are effectively cities. That's right, cities. Let me just try if I can push this up for somehow it doesn't let me. Oh, there we go. So we have effectively a ton of cities in the region. These cities, as you can see here, are just incredible. Everywhere there's cities, and what we call the Sahara, which is here, does not exist 400 years ago. It's not there. Instead, there's a ton of cities absolutely everywhere. And this, guys, is just incredible. How is this even possible? Where are these cities coming from? And why did they all disappear? What caused the Sahara to suddenly appear and completely annihilate all of these civilizations, which are basically in the northern part of Africa, where we have now a complete desert? Okay, this, guys, is just astonishing and amazing. Once more, it shows that the resets have happened and all of these cities, all right, have been completely erased, tons of them. Okay, because at some point in the 16th century they had to reduce the population somehow, and they decided to effectively erase the northern part of Africa. The reason, of course, we don't know it, but the map clearly shows that in the last 400 to 500 years the African continent changed drastically, annihilating literally millions of people in this process. Guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next video with more discoveries and, of course, quite mind-numbing stuff. See you guys later in the next one.